What is going on, Jet fans? I am Matt O'Leary back with another video. In today's video, I want to talk about the Jets and Troy Fautanu, as it looks like maybe the Jets are honing in on Fautanu for the New York Jets in the first round of the 2024 NFL Draft. Speaking of the first round of the 2024 NFL Draft, myself, Ryan, and Green Bean will be live from the main event in Farmingdale on Long Island. Tickets are available up until Tuesday. You got 4 more days to get your tickets. I know you're tired of me hearing me talk about it, but we're really excited to have an in-person event and just want to make sure that everyone's aware of the deadline. We got to let the main event know how many people are coming. So we got to close the ticket sales on Tuesday. Talking Jets buffet, open bar, a chance to hang out with all of us. It's going to be a lot of fun. Make sure to get your tickets. So it was announced yesterday that the Jets are meeting with Troy Fautanu on April 17th, which is next Wednesday. So inching closer to the NFL draft. It would be 8 days out from the 2024 NFL draft at that point. And I know that many are hoping that the Washington receiver, Rome Odunze, makes it to pick number 10. But honestly, I would be okay with the Washington tackle being the pick at pick number 10. Now, in a perfect world, right? The Jets move down the board a little bit and still get Troy Fautanu while adding a second-round pick in the NFL draft. That is the dream, at least my dream. I know that there are a lot of people who want to stick and pick, and they want to go with Brock Bowers or trade up for someone or move down and draft Brian Thomas Jr. And listen, if you don't know by now, I'm open to pretty much any of these ideas as long as it's on the offensive side of the ball. The one that I really like is taking the swing on the offensive line and wide receiver, both somewhere in the top 50, because I think it's a really good class at both positions. And with Fautanu, again, would I like to move back, take him, and get another second-round pick in the process? Yes, but sometimes trading back is easier said than done, and you might want to move back, but maybe there's not someone who wants to move up at that point. It's going to be all dependent on how the board falls. If someone was looking to trade up, I think you're going to get a couple of options. The Colts or the Bengals looking to trade up for Brock Bowers would be my guess. Or maybe there's a team looking to move up for a corner, because I think that's the range where you would see the first cornerback coming off the board. I think the only team inside the top 10 that's going to end up taking an defensive player, is Atlanta, unless they move out of that pick. I think Chicago, if they were wise, would double up on the offensive side of the ball, take Caleb Williams, also take another offensive player at pick number 9. Their defense, I thought, was much better down the stretch last year. Still, I get it. Like, defensive head coach probably wants, to get their grubby mitts all over a defensive player in the top 10 also. But I think, with Keenan Allen only on the 1-year deal, I would add another wide receiver on a rookie contract aligned with my young quarterback if I'm doing everything I can to make sure that Caleb Williams is the guy. But for the Jets, and just for the Jets have their starting offensive line crowd, like I totally get it. And if they went a different direction for a wide receiver or Brock Bowers, you're not going to hear a complaint out of me. But there is logic behind taking an offensive lineman, and I just don't get the side of the aisle that is so against the idea of taking offensive line. Your preference can be weapon, and I think you can make a very strong case for why that is your preference. I have no issue if you say that's your preference. The issue that I take is that offensive line makes no sense, which could not be more false, actually, because the Jets have 2 tackles who are 33 years old on 1-year deals, right? So you're going to be in the same spot in 2025 when both their contracts expire, and you're going to be looking to fill 2 tackles just like they did this past offseason. Morgan Moses is 33 years old and coming off surgery. He's played most of his NFL career. It's very rare that he gets banged up and missed time. He played through injury last year and only missed 3 games. But at 33 and off of surgery, there's some risk involved. Tyron Smith, it's been well documented, has not played a full season in nearly a decade. He'll give you maybe 13 games, and I would be thrilled if Tyron Smith gives you 13 games, but he is going to miss time. And honestly, Fautanu, I think, could push John Simpson for the starting job. Like, I don't think it would be a lock that John Simpson would start at left guard right away. I think if you were to take Fautanu, you would be looking at Smith, Fautanu, Tippmann, AVT, Moses opening day. And then if there was an injury to either Smith, or not if, but when there's an injury on the offensive line, probably to Tyron Smith, Fautanu moves out to left tackle, John Simpson comes in. And you have significantly better depth that way and going for the future. And then, like, maybe Carter Warren does take that next step that the Jets really want to do or want to see happen. It's not outside the realm of possibilities. And then your left tackle and right tackle in 2025 could be Fautanu and Carter Warren. Maybe that's how it ends up being, and then you don't have to draft a tackle in 2025. You could look to go with a weapon or maybe your quarterback of the future at that point, or you can get creative and do something different. But I'm not someone who's going to poo-poo the idea of taking an offensive lineman for the Jets in the first round. I just can't. I don't have it in me after watching this team for the last, well, really for forever, right? It's been a long time since the Jets have had a very, very good offensive line. On paper, Smith, Simpson, Tippmann, AVT, and Morgan Moses is a very, very good offensive line, but there is a ton of injury risk with it. They don't have a ton of depth right now. They could add more. Of course, there's always ways to add more depth, but I think through free agency would kind of just be Band-Aid fixes. And again, if that's the route they want to go, if the Jets are, honing in on Troy Fautanu, man, that's one I think that fans could be excited about, because this is someone that I believe can play 4 positions on the line, either guard spot, either tackle spot, very similar to what Elijah Vera Tucker has done for this team and done at a high level. I think it would be a wise pick for the New York Jets. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Once again, I'm Matt O'Leary, and I'll catch you guys next time.